and those that are off. I don't have any days off, you guys know. I gotta get this work. I want to get on here really quickly and just, you know what I'm saying, chop it up with you guys. I don't really have any notes or whatever. You know how I get on here sometimes and we just talk. You know what I'm saying? So I like to bring you guys in on a little bit about what I have going on. I have a lot of stuff going on in the background, man. But listen, all I can say is this. I've always told y'all, make sure you save up like 10 grand. Do that as best as you possibly can. Save up to 10 grand. And, you know, until you get to 10 grand, at least have 5K, man. I'm telling you, like, throughout the past 2 years, sticking with that kind of mindset, it don't matter, like, how you look to other people. Save that money, man. Save that money. And I say 10, you know, at least 5, have to have 5, but 10 saved. And then you start having, you know, put that money aside somewhere else. Then start saving up other monies for investments like stock and stuff like that, right? And also gambling, right? These are all investments, man. I mean, shoot, you go and you run your scratch offs, you know what I'm saying? And you also, you know, playing around with stock and stuff like that. You don't know what you're gonna hit on. You know what I'm saying? So you just make sure you have that. It's not play money, it's investment money, but it's outside of your saved up money, which is your just in case when shit hits the fan money. That's the way you need to always have it, because listen, if I didn't have that money saved up, look at what my, you know, ex did, right? And for those that don't want to hear about my story, you can click off the video, whatever, do whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But she waits until the December month, and you know, it's Christmas season, so getting gifts for your kid or whatever, and taking care of things for yourself, put me in a vulnerable position. And then she hits me up talking about, oh yeah, I filed for a divorce. She know I'm not going to trust her. She know I'm gonna get a lawyer. She knows I'm going to do that. And lawyers are no cheaper than like $2,500. So, you know what I'm saying? That's starting off. If the case drags out, more lawyer fees. So it's just like, who does stuff like this, man? And I say things like narcs like to, we'll just start calling them haters. Haters like seeing you in compromising positions. They don't like to see you doing great, on your feet looking great. They want to put you in a compromising position. Well, while they were making fun of me, and I'm sure everybody else was making fun of me, calling me broke, I was saving money, fool. I was saving money. Listen, I'm not a woman. I know I have everything to lose and nothing to gain from a divorce. So I don't have time to go into it all footloose and fancy free. I need to have an attorney. A woman can do that. She ain't got nothing to lose. So it's just like, hey, you know, I'm your lawyer. I ain't got time for that. She knows that. So I'm trying to save up for an attorney and stuff like this and get myself seated in a place to live. And she's doing whatever. And then in the middle of the winter, during the holiday season, she files and starts harassing me into the beginning of the year, trying to get me to hurry up and sign something, knowing I'm not going to do it, knowing I'm going to probably get an attorney. That's why I'm telling you guys, you got to always be prepared. You know what I'm saying? You can't listen to what other people tell you. You can't worry about what anybody else thinks about how you look or whatever. Common sense is going to tell you, all right, you got things to do in the background. You know this divorce got to happen. You don't know what the other person's doing, but you do know they're horrible with money and they're not going to do the right thing. So you got to be saving up, getting yourself nicely foundationed so that you can do what you got to do for both parties. Because see, this way, I get an attorney, you know what I'm saying? And whenever she jumps inside of my live streams or whatever, her or her mother, after the attorney has notified her, then now she's making grounds for something else. You just got to think about it and think it through. I could get emotional and call her up and find out where this paperwork is for this divorce. And what do you mean I can just sign it and it's over? But she ain't talking about the land or nothing. And see, that's something else I wanted to speak about. You end up catching it from both sides. When you're chosen, people love to see how you react to stressful situations. Even my family members, there shouldn't be no mention of this land right now while I'm trying to get this wicked person out of my life. But it seems like, you know what I'm saying, certain family members just fixated on that. And that's the only thing he's worried about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I got the pressure on his end from the land crap that I don't give a shit about. I'm just gonna be real. How about my life and my life alone? I ain't letting nobody, but he can think he can do whatever he wants. And then I got her crazy ass you know what I'm saying, talking all kind of ways crazy in my comment section, you know what I'm saying, talking about filing injunctions and all this other crazy stuff. And I could just get emotional, wig out on both of them, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, I did put her in her place and her mother. I did do that, right? I did have some words with my dad, but we're grown men. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I noticed that people like to, and I'm not just saying just haters, but just some people in general, they like to see how you react under stressful situations. It ain't like neither party ain't trying to make sure that I'm not stressed out. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? And I've said this before, I've had family members tell me something that's tragic and look at my face to see my reaction. It's really strange to me how people like to watch how we live and see how we react to stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this ain't the time to be worried about no raggedy ass land. We should be uniting to make sure that we get this demon out of our life. Because this demon be calling him too, you know what I'm saying, when she can't get in touch with me. 69 years old. Listen, this shows me a couple things. One, family members don't really believe in me, because if he did, he know I'm going to be a multimillionaire, and that little bit of land wouldn't mean shit. I bought the land around it, right? Shouldn't mean nothing to him, but it does. Now I get it. You know what I'm saying? He worked hard to what he had to do to get it, but when I told him on the phone, I didn't tell you how to give me that land. Once you give it to me, I don't think you should really be putting your input in and stressing me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into that. See, that's, I look at all the situations that people are putting me in. I'm like, so now he feels like he got the right to stress me out about this land that he knows I don't give a shit about. And I disappeared away from them for a while to show them I don't care what they think. Had to tell my dad to his face, I don't care what you think. And that's one of the worst things you gotta say to a parent. But when you have a parent, sometimes that abuses their position in the sense of, I'm the parent, you do what I say. Well, you know, we're all grown now, okay? We're all grown now. And unfortunately, I've done too many things as a man on my own. And I signed up for the Army at like 16 and left for the Army at 17 and went to war. I've done more in my life than my father and probably my father's father. And I'm not trying to talk anything or say anything crazy. I'm just saying I'm my own man. I've done everything in this world to show that I'm my own man. And I'm not going to sit here and disrespect my father or my family members, but I'm not going to be disrespected either. My dad is a Sigma type of guy. He is real slick when he says stuff. And I'm just the kind of guy where I don't let stuff go. What did you say? What does that mean? No, let's go back to that. Let's go back to that. No, don't skip forward. Why did you just say what you just said? That wasn't necessary. What do you really think about it? Next thing you know it, we having a whole bunch of words back and forth with each other. I'm not gonna let you drop little slights and slick stuff in there, because when people do stuff like that, when people say little slick stuff and keep bringing up certain things that shouldn't really be, you know, it's kind of like, well, now I see where your priorities are at, and I'm thinking about it. Now I also know what you're talking about whenever you're not around me. You know what I'm saying? What you're saying to other people. You know, because that's why I trigger people enough to get them to say enough so I can know what they're saying about me behind my back. And I'm just saying this. I can say whatever I want because according to my pops, he don't watch my content. Yeah, right. Secondly, you know what I'm saying? That crazy chick says that she also don't watch my content. Yeah, right. Listen. Full contact, you know, is broken. No contact at this point. You'll hear from my attorney. As far as like letting your family member stress you out while you're in the middle of going through something, let me tell you something. I don't know if you guys know my story, but when I was living with my dad for that 2.5 months, I was trying to find somewhere to live. You know, every time I come back and be like, yeah, I got this one place, man, real nice apartment, or this real nice townhouse, my dad would start speaking bad on it. He'd be like, man, it ain't gonna come through. You know what I'm saying? Look at that white squirrel. You see it? You see it? He'd be like, man, that ain't gonna come through. And I'm spiritual, so I'm like, man, he keeps saying all this negative shit. I said, we're a very powerful family. I know. And I'm like, he's talking bad. He don't know it, but him putting that energy out there is putting bad energy, and he would do it so passionately. That's what bothered me. He'd be like, that ain't gonna come through. What are you so mad about? I'm man, I was like, man, I'm getting up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people can't stand the anointing on you, and even though they have the same ability, they don't really take the risk, because God don't want you to, man, listen, if God wanted you to get here and play it safe, you'd have came here with a manual. The whole thing is about figuring it out. And through figuring it out, you figure you gotta put yourself in out of your comfort zone on a consistent basis to figure this thing out. You can't be in your comfort zones because you don't even know why you established those comfort zones in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It could be conditional. So you start putting yourself outside of them and isolating yourself away from this regular community babbling that people do. You start noticing weird behavior from people. And you don't hold it against nobody, you just notice it, and it allows me to know how I'm being spoken about whenever I'm not around. Because when people are going through stuff, I guess some of my people think, oh, he's going through Iraq twice, and you know what I'm saying, he had a fiance cheat on him when he was in Iraq, and that's why I never asked my ex what she did, because I asked my fiance when I was in Iraq what she did, and she told me in grave detail about the threesome, and I don't want to hear about that crap. Lesson learned. I knew she did some cheating, because I remember, y'all gonna laugh at this. I was in Iraq and she was like, yeah, I've been hanging out with my coworker, and I'm like, what's his name? And she goes, it's like, what's his name? How long have you been cheating? What's his name? How long have you been cheating? And she's like, what are you talking about, David? What's his name? How long have you been cheating? His name is Tyrone. I'm like, oh no, Tyrone got me. I'm not even lying. His name was Tyrone. His name was Tyrone. I was like, yeah, man, I'm in Iraq and she's over here calling Tyrone. Call him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? And then my dumb butt goes, how did it go down? Well, it's me and my friend and him. We left the strip club and what? And your friend? A threesome? I never even got that. And she knew I wanted her. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? People don't mind watching you be in super stressful situations. And some of these people can even be your family members. Because I'm gonna tell you, just like people like to watch me online and see how I get out of situations, I got family members, exes that are the same way. Like, how does he get in these situations? And I'm talking to an ex right now that I was talking to when I was like 24. And she was like 19 or something like that. And oh man, she was a baddie too, this chocolate chick, man. She's like a model. See, that's what, am I wrong for saying this? I'm gonna say it anyway. Chocolate women don't know how bad they are because society is set up to make them feel like they're not what they are, which are some of the baddest ones out there. You know, the darker you are, the more they want to make you feel like you ain't worth anything. And they don't even be knowing how bad they are, which, you know what I'm saying, consequently checks their ego, which you'd be surprised at how many dark-skinned women you'd give you a chance a day. You would think that they wouldn't like you, you're not their type. Well, they've gone through some things in society, so, you know what I mean? You'd be surprised, man. I'm telling you straight up, for real. I'm telling you straight up, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just telling you what I have observed. Like, society fucks with them for whatever reason, and let's be real, it does cause some type of ego checking, and they have very humble type of personalities. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, long story short, she's a baddie. Model, thick. Anyway, she was talking about how we were in a relationship. I was like, no, we weren't. I was like, we were like talking phase. We never had no title. And I started thinking about it. I'm like, man, she wants to claim me. She's like claiming, like, we never like got that serious. I was never talking to her on a regular basis. I was like, when I was young, I was that guy that they called up when they wanted some good dick, man. I mean, that's just all that it was. And, you know, these women hit me up out of nowhere, and they'd be like, hey, big head. Hey, stranger. I'm like, oh, shit. You want some dick. You know what I'm saying? What's up, baby? You know what I mean? I don't be asking questions. You know how we do back in the day? You don't be asking no questions, man. You know, and then after a while, you get used to it. You start feeling like, man, they're using me. And you'd be like, using me? I had this one chick, man. This South Korean chick, man, and she was super cute, man. We were talking at one point in time, and then, you know, we stopped talking, And then she hit me up and she's like, oh yeah, I'm out here. Let's come out party with me, party with her. And then we went back to her room. She had a room. I smashed her out, man. I broke her back like the good old days. Man, I looked her up 2 weeks later and she was getting married, man. She was getting married to some dude. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? You know, these women be moving funny, man. All right, listen, let me get back to the point, man. You know what I'm saying? Just give y'all some story time. I'm just saying, like, some people like to just sit back and, you know, see you in situations and want to see how you can get out of them. They want to see how you're going to maneuver. And they don't really mean no harm completely, but it doesn't help me out. So I don't need pressure on one end talking about some fucking land. I mean, it don't even matter. Like, if I'm getting this demon out of my life and I got to, listen, y'all, man, I just got through taking care of some stuff. The truck needed tune up. Man, I got myself some things, my son some things. And then this woman hitting me up talking about, man, now I got to pay for the lawyer and stuff. But again, think about it. If I had listened to everybody online talking about why this guy look broke, because I'm saving money, fool. You know what I'm saying? If I listen to them and buying shit, I won't have the money for the attorneys right now. And I have to deal with this woman directly. Because when you got a lawyer, communication's over. When you have a lawyer, communication is over. No more harassing, no more having to talk to them, no more narcissistic. You ain't gonna be a bigger narc than a lawyer. You're not gonna, that lawyer don't care what you say. Their check is already in the, man, excuse me, this dude gave me his Zelle. He's like, I want that money. You know what I'm saying? As soon as that money hit that account, we good to go. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. He a smooth talking dude. I'm like, all right, bro. You got it, because I remember when I went through the court. See, and this is why I always get a lawyer. I don't play around with it. I just save up and get a lawyer, because for custody, I got me a Jewish lawyer. I paid for him, but I have full custody of my kid. I don't know too many guys that got, you better pay for it, man. If you care about something and your freedom, I don't know the law like that. I ain't got time to be playing around with it. Her mother's a paralegal. She thinks she know the law. I'm gonna get a lawyer that knows the law. And he's gonna be a super sweet guy, nice to him or whatever. And we've already talked about it, had a consultation. And it's gonna be professional. No feelings involved. Ain't nobody got to worry about nobody. She likes going around me anyway, so this should, I know you're stalking me, so this should make it easier on you to speak directly to my attorney, who has no, you know, foot in the game. He wasn't used or identity stolen, nothing. He don't care. So he'll be super nice to you. Already talked to him about that. You speak to my attorney. You ain't got to worry about dealing with me. Easy breezy. Whatever paperwork he signs up for the land to be given over, it's done. Don't worry about it no more. See, that's how you got to be, because I got shit to do. I got shit to do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not around here like wasting time. I got to get up at 3 or 3:30, get my day started, because if I don't get my AM workout in, and if I don't pray to God, if I get up at like 8 or 9, this is what happens. I don't get started till like middle of the day, because I got to get up, pray to God, put on my armor of God before I get out here and get online, and these demons want to play. You think I'm playing with you? No. I'm fully armored up every time I get up on here. I am never not armored up. I ain't prayed before I got up on here and did what I needed to do. You can't do nothing to me. You can't touch me. I don't play around with that stuff. I don't care if I get up at 1 p.m. I'm going to still pray to God for about 2-3 hours while meditating and working out. You know what I'm saying? Praying to God, dancing, everything else I be doing. You know what I'm saying? And then I get up on here and give it the business, because you can't touch me. I ain't even thinking about my haters or nothing like that. Point being is, continue to follow God. Listen to nobody. Don't listen to anyone trying to tell you or give you good advice if it's outside the advice that God gave you. Okay? Don't worry about what nobody else thinks. If I didn't worry about everybody else thinks right now, I'd have to be online begging for money to pay for attorney fees and this and that and the third. Now I got my money. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. Grown ass man. I'm not on here, hi son, and I ain't asked for no money from my baby mama, even though she's out here making other babies. I ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like family members, I'm telling you, before I go, the point in all the video is, you have to build your family and your soul tribe. You have to build it. Whatever situation you put yourself in as far as a relationship goes, that's not your soul tribe. Whatever family, blood family you're born into, that's not your soul tribe, because a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, you're the black sheep of the family. And everybody knows the black sheep of the family, 9 times out of 10, is a truth-telling lone wolf of the family. So you can't necessarily rely on your family to give you that support. And you know what I mean? You probably can't build that kind of support, whatever your your partner or significant other is. So you have to build it outside of that with people that are like-minded like you. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm always open to building my soul tribe, but I don't want you people to confuse that with I'm desperate and I'm out here looking for friends. There's a difference. I'm selective. So I'm gonna look, if you're a content creator, I'm gonna look over your catalog. If any of your catalog seems shady towards men, if you're a woman, not a woman, I'm already talking like these goofies on the internet. If you're a woman, singular, then, you know what I'm saying? Your ass is grass, I won't let you get close to me. If there's a guy that's trying to do podcasts or some kind of collabo, I go to his channel. If he's pandering to women, you know what I'm saying? Cut it short. I'm not going on your podcast to argue with you. I don't need friends like that that'll stab me in the back or voice their opinions about other people. That's something else. Dudes that have a whole lot to say about other men, right? Like, for example, I'm not saying I ever would or ever meet the guy, but that Dr. Umar dude, apparently he's a Leo. Listen, every Leo ain't the same, okay? You see Umar, that must be the Leo that y'all are talking about that drives you crazy. I'm not him. You can see just the two different Leos just like that. I don't tell other men where they can stick their dick in. I don't tell them it gotta be a black woman. I don't talk like that. I'm not your daddy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying people like that, Umar, you know what I'm saying, telling other men, you know, and then articulating all this babbling when he's really telling grown men who they can and can't stick their stuff into. You know what I'm saying? People like him are gonna have things come out about how he has a thing for snow bunnies eventually. Watch my word. There's gonna be some secret tapes or something coming out that's gonna ruin his whole ideology about how you shouldn't be. You need to go where you're appreciated, not tolerated. You listen to clown buffoonery like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Where they're telling you, you gotta stick with if those women don't like you. Man, listen, my first fiance was an African-American of Jamaican descent. You know what I mean? And she cheated on me in a weird ass way, then told me in detail what it doesn't matter. It's the Western woman mindset. See, I don't go around talking about that like, oh, my first fiance was black and da-da-da-da. And no, man, I don't need to tell these women all my business. Let them think whatever they want. And then these pandering dudes out here that's talking about, I'm just gonna go on a tangent, talking about, you know, what, you know, race of woman, and what are you talking about, weirdo? That's woman talk. You never be about where another man, you know what I'm saying, sticks his stick, dude. Don't worry about that. That's none of your business. That's weird ideology based on a weird mindset to me, period. That's just not what you do. Grown men don't worry about that. Talking about now what he wants his kids to do, okay. But trying to tell a man that he in a certain, shut your corny ass up, man. We still waiting on that school. We still waiting on that school, bro. You know, sounds good, bro, but we still waiting on that school. Anyway, man, what I'm saying is, to sum it up, you got to walk it alone. And when you're walking it alone, God will put the right people in your path. That will be your soul tribe. That's your real family, okay? And I'm not saying your family members can't be a part of that, but you got to show them the boundaries. Because sometimes family members don't know boundaries. Doesn't matter what rank they are in the family that you were born in. If you're a man like me and you signed up for the army or you left the house at 16 and you're doing your own thing since you were 16 years old and you're an entrepreneur at 12 and 13 years old, cutting yards, making money under the table, also volunteering to be a laborer for your dad on a construction site, making $1,500 and stuff like that at 12, 11, 13, you've already got a grown man mindset. So you're not going to listen to anybody tell you what you're doing wrong when no one's helping you. Because I can have family members telling me all day long, hey, what about the land? Make sure you get the land. Where is the assistance for the attorney fees? Nowhere to be found, but they're asking me and checking up on me and making sure that I do it the right way and telling me, well, I told you should have got an attorney. Well, I'm the one that told you about the attorney in the first place. I just told you the woman was talking about, the ex was talking about, don't worry about getting an attorney. But that's why I keep telling you about the I told you so's. The I told you so's are the ones that are sitting back talking about you, trying to see if you're gonna fail. They're waiting to hear them crows. They sit back and they just be waiting, squawking and quacking and waiting on you to fail and, you know, not succeed in whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? Thinking about it, whatever my pops was like, yeah, I'm proud of you, man. You know what I'm saying? You came out of nowhere and came back from nothing. The fact that he was surprised goes to show that he wasn't really thinking I was going to be able to do it in the first place. I read between lines, man. You know, I sit back and think about this kind of stuff whenever I'm not in line. I'm like, what do you mean by that? So many different words that could have been said. Why choose those? Okay. Now I start putting things together. And once I start putting things together, I will build an ideology off of that. And I don't care what anybody thinks about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for me to have to tell anybody in my family, I don't care what you think, must mean that they were saying a whole lot about what they thought, but not really providing that much assistance. See, that kind of mental stress mess you up. God shows me, hey, listen, man, with all due respect, you know what I'm saying? You're a grown-ass man. With all due respect, you've been taking care of yourself for quite some time. Act like it. With all due respect, put these family members in the boundary that they need to be put in, respectfully, however they take it, and you got to move, you know what I'm saying? The way God is telling you to move, in accordance with God, walking with God, and that's it. And I'm known for being this way. So it's just like, if most of my family, blood family relations have to be from a distance, all right. Listen, it is not narcissistic to love you and to project that love outwardly to everybody. If you love you more than you love anybody, and then you projecting that outwardly, you're going to be showing that love to strangers, and that strong love for yourself, everybody else is going to feel it on them. It's going to change them. Okay? So part of your self-love is maintaining your mental stability and your mental state. And when you see that people aren't on the same page as you, and it seems like everybody's like watching you like a TV show, more so than your subscribers, wanting to put you under heavy circumstances and then see how you come out of it, okay, bet. Well, then watch from the sidelines. I don't need you to have direct interaction with me. Okay? It is what it is. It is what it is, but these are different times. We are different men. We mind our business. See, that's the best part. I gotta make a video. When you mind your business, you can tell when someone's minding yours and not minding theirs. You can tell. You can tell when they're too invested for no reason. You can tell. Because I go out of my way to mind my business. Even when I feel like I'm starting to gossip, I'll cut it short, or the next video will be about something else. You know what I'm saying? I don't do gossiping. I don't do that kind of stuff. And everything I've said online, I say to their face too. They ain't never know I ain't said no. I say everything to their face. It is what it is. I want people to know how I feel and how I'm moving. I'm not a narcissist. I'm not faking it to everybody to come off a certain way, but then really feel differently about them. That puts weight on your heart. You know what I'm saying? It puts weight on you, and you can't manifest properly like that. So I give you the real. You deal with it however you deal with it. But I'm a gentleman. I'm not out here saying, oh, I'm real and I'm raw, being rude. There's a difference. You can be real without being rude. You know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't go to your job and speak to your manager that way or your grandparent that way. You need to think like that before you open your mouth. Words mean something. So if you're trying to be shady and trying to say something while dropping, I'm going to pick up on it. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going to pick up on it. And I'm going to mirror your energy. But, you know what I'm saying? I like to brag, but I'm kind of a genius. I'm going to make you feel real stupid, real dumb, and you're going to regret life. And you're going to know what you did when you did it. I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have said that to that dude. I underestimated him. Well, God tells you don't sit here and judge people. You would never underestimate nobody if you weren't judging somebody in the first place, dumbass. You don't see me underestimating anybody. I don't care what the ex is talking about. I'm getting a lawyer. Does that sound like I'm underestimating her abilities or her mother? No, I'm not underestimating shit. I'm not paying him no attention, because that's what a lawyer's for. I just know, get money, give it to him, he handle it. That's it. I don't underestimate nobody. I don't underestimate shit. You know what I'm saying? I've already come to terms, if something funny goes along with the land, I've already prepared my dad for it. I said, hey, there's a possibility, slim, but a possibility this thing might not work out right. And I want you to understand, I don't give a fuck about that land. Now, you can do whatever you need to do. I'm just glad that I'm back down here close to the family, which is what you said you want to be down here for anyway. So you need to just know it's a slight possibility some weirdo stuff might happen, and you need to understand that my peace is more important than any of that fucking land. Now, I told you I'm gonna get rich and buy the land around it. If that ain't good enough for you, I don't know what to tell you. I had to tell him that. I had to tell him that because I'm not gonna sit here and have her stress me on one end and him on the, oh, well, that land, chill out, don't worry about it. We had a conversation. I had to tell him, hey, didn't we say that we believe in God? Didn't we say we can put it in God's hands? Let's put it in God's hands. See, you can't out-talk me, man. And that frustrates people beyond belief. They make it seem like I don't think that I do anything wrong. No, I do know and acknowledge where I messed up. I said I should never put her name on the deed, right? What else you want me to do? Take a knee? Oh, man, no, man, I made a mistake, so fucking what? Now I'm fixing and correcting it. If you don't like the way I'm going about doing it, all fucking well, man. All well. I'm a grown-ass man. I know what I bring to people. If I'm in your life, you're gonna have a better life. I'm not concerned with anybody else. I'm doing the best I can, but I'm gonna live by God, and living by God means when I say I don't stress something, I put it in God's hands, I don't stress it. That's how y'all be fucking up. Y'all be saying that y'all put it in God's hands, but then you be stressing it. No. You see what I do. Hey, you cheating on me? I'm out. Oh, you ain't got no home. You ain't got no money. I got God. I don't need it. I'm out. You don't disrespect me like that. You don't steal my identity and run away with the money from me and my kid. You don't cheat on me. You don't do shit like that to a real man, to a good man. You don't do that kind of shit. Get your bitch ass on somewhere. And anybody else got a problem with that, it is what it is. I don't care. Oh, David, be nice. I'll kiss my black ass. God didn't put me here to be nice all the time. If that was the case, then everybody would be nice. There are some demons out here. And sometimes you got to give them back that energy, man. I'm not telling you to be a demon. I'm just telling you, hey, if that person ain't respecting you, you better not be respecting them. You better demand your respect or get walked all over. God didn't send you down here to get walked all over. He didn't make you gifted to get walked all over. You better fight. You better fight. You better demand your respect. I tell you one thing about anybody that know me. You might, and I'm gonna leave on this one. You might like me, you might not like me. You might be borderline about me. You might can't stand the way I look, my face, or how I speak. You might hate the way I walk and talk. But what you will do is respect me at all times. You will respect me. You ain't nobody ever came to my channel talking that yin yang, and you best believe I've left comments in bigger content creators' comment sections. Come and get it. Oh, well, you're just too small to acknowledge. Nah, I'm just too big of a beast for you to, you know what I'm saying, ruin your reputation on. Get that bitch ass shit up out of here, man. I'm coming for the throne. I'm not playing with y'all. I ain't playing with anybody get in my way or anybody that try to stress me out, blood or not, hater or not, content creator or not. You better step out of my way or get stepped on, period, point blank. And that's how I move whenever I'm in alignment with God. God don't wait on nobody and wait on permission and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Get in my way, get stepped on. Get in my way, get ruined. Get in my way, get fucked up. That's just the way it is. Get out of my way and call it whatever you want to call it. Oh, he's just too small. Da-da-da. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? 5'9", man. But you know what I'm saying? My spiritual rank, man, makes me like 8'9". Dude, I'm not really playing with y'all. When I move, when I walk into a room, you know what I mean? People know to shut up. People know to shut up. I walk into a live stream on TikTok or whatever. I say whatever I say. Nobody's saying nothing back to me. They don't want that kind of fire, man. They don't want that kind of heat. You know, this online shit, I got it. I got it. You ain't gonna be better at me. I'm an engineer, man. Come on, dude. Work the way. Come on, man. Come on, man. Remember what I say. Know who you are. Don't listen to nobody. Follow God. I don't care if it's your family, your lover. If something sounds funny, it sounds weird to you, then you stand on it. You let them know how you feel about it and you move out. That way you get your respect. You don't argue and bicker and not doing all that. Stand on what you say and move out. You start doing stuff like that, you gonna get your respect. I'm gonna tell you, y'all think y'all love and all this, Love is shifty and some people don't know how to really interpret love. Respect though is universal. You know if you don't respect somebody you should respect, be prepared for the disrespect, okay? Everybody know that. I'm gonna get out here before my phone dies. Peace, love, and light. I'm your brother. I'll be back on here later, handling my business, getting on TikTok, ladies. You don't wanna miss that.